How about that whole time I wasn't live on Facebook, so I got to do it again. Technology, man, you got to love it. All right. Now I think I'm live. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody another 2 minutes, man. Again, sorry, I'm in a silly mood. My name is Brian Bean. I'll be doing our 369 financial transformation tonight. I did a whole bunch of talking for like 90 seconds and nobody heard it. So it's funny to me. I don't know if it's funny to y'all, but it's funny to me. Tonight we're talking money. Do me a big favor and hit share, and more shares if you see this on Facebook Live, because we're talking money. We're talking strategy. We're not talking hype. We're not talking fluff. We're talking real things that wealthy people do to get money as an issue out of the way. All right. So if you know anybody in your family, if you got any coworkers, if you got any family members, if you got any relatives distant, if you got any Facebook friends, if you got any IG followers, hit share right now, because in the next 2 minutes I'm going to start. That'll be 9:05 Eastern. I'm going to start with our 369 financial transformation. UPS, send it. FedEx, you need to send a note. You need to send a note Morse code. You need to send a note via Facebook. You need to send a note via smoke signal. You need to send a note via USPS, pigeon carrier, whatever you need to do. Pigeon carrier, a courier, whatever you need to do, make it happen in 2 minutes and hit share. Okay? I'm gonna get rocking and rolling here, and 2 minutes or less, I'll be right back. Let me get some more water. I got my voice, got my water, got my excitement, got you guys. Where else do I need to be? All right, be back in 2 minutes. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys as I get dressed. I haven't eaten like all day. So if I smack on some grapes, that ain't too rude, as long as I'm not doing it during the presentation. Great. Okay. In case you just joined us, hit share. We're doing the 369 financial transformation in less than 30 seconds. My name is Brian Bean, proud founder of the Extra Digit Movement, which means we show you how to grow your income 1 digit at a time using strategy, not sales. We show you how to increase your net worth. If you make 3 digits a week, what about 4 digits a week? If you make 5 figures a month, what about 6 figures a month? If you make 7 figures a year, 6 figures a year, what about 7 figures a year? I will tell you my story and show you guys how I was able to go from 3 figures every 2 weeks to a 7-figure earner, all by using strategy and some experience. All right. Bad experiences and good experiences. You guys will find out I'm very, very, very transparent. So be ready to rock and roll here shortly. Oh, also, I'll be conducting a private webinar tonight for those of you that are coming to Game Changer. For those that don't know and have not registered, you want to visit GameChangerATL.com to register. That's a 3-day event where we talk about personal empowerment and economic empowerment. It's going to be October 13th, 14th, and 15th. So for those that are already registered, I'm doing a private webinar tonight. You guys have already been invited into the private Facebook group. I'm doing a private training for you guys following this webinar. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to rock and roll. Somebody put you on this webinar because they care enough about you to share with you one of America's best kept secrets. And that is how to get money as an issue out the way. You know somebody who needs this information, go ahead and hit share right now so it can go to your wall and you can get your followers to understand the power of getting money as an issue out the way. Here's what I believe, and I firmly believe this to be true. America is the wealthiest country in the world. That's a fact, okay? Nobody else is even close. Don't let anybody fool you. China's not close. Dubai is not close. We're not talking about 5 or 10 families who control a whole country. I think America right now is up to like 500 and something. I mean, I think there are over 500 something billionaires that exist and several million millionaires that exist. And here's the reality, and most people miss this. If America is the wealthiest country in the world, why are so many people struggling? You ever thought about that? If America is the wealthiest country in the world and nobody's even close, why are so many people living paycheck to paycheck? Why are so many people buried in debt? Why are so many people not happy with their retirement? Why are so many people degreed up and are still looking for, not forget part-time jobs or second jobs. Some people are degreed up with their masters and PhDs that are still looking for employment. Why do most Americans have nothing to leave for their children? Why do most Americans not even have $3,000 saved up for a miniature emergency? You know why? Because America, when you're little, they train you how to participate or contribute to capitalism, but they never tell you how to participate in it. You see, I'm gonna say that again. When you're little, this country teaches you how to contribute to capitalism, but not participate in capitalism. So what I was able to do, I'll give you guys a quick 30-second story. I went to Morehouse College. I graduated in 1997. I got my degree in English, and I thought I was gonna climb this ladder called corporate America until I realized my ladder was on the wrong building. So what happened was I had some mentors who took me under their wings, long story short, my sophomore year, and I was learning how to open and operate a home-based business, a small home-based business, and I made my first $1 million in my 20s. So I want you guys to understand, in my 20s, I earned 7 figures, not because of my degree, I'm not knocking education, but I earned 7 figures because I learned specialized education. See, there's a difference between generic education and specialized knowledge. Let me say that again. There's a big difference between generic education and specialized knowledge. Tonight, I'm going to take the next 30 minutes to give you guys some specialized knowledge, because here's what happened. I made my millions in sales when I was in my 20s, but nobody taught me what I'm going to show you guys tonight, which is strategy. Every dollar you make is supposed to bring back $5. Money's a tool. Okay, I want y'all to type this in the comments. Type this in the chat room. Type this in the comment section below. Something has to work, just not me. Okay, when I say type something, that's my reason for pausing so I can eat a grape. Okay? I haven't eaten all day, I'm sorry. Y'all don't want me to do the webinar grumpy, okay? Something has to work, just not me. So money, if you have $1, it's supposed to bring back 5 of his friends. You keep 3, reinvest 2, it's supposed to bring back 10. You keep 7, reinvest 3, it's supposed to bring back 20. You keep 8, reinvest 12, it's supposed to bring back 100. See, money's supposed to go out, work for you, and come back. The problem is you were taught since you were a kid that you're supposed to work for money. So what we do is we flip it. So I lost my first $1 million in my 20s because I didn't know what I'm telling you guys today. Now, thank God I was young. I made a whole bunch of mistakes. So in my 30s, I recovered, got it all back. And now I travel the world showing people 2 things. Personal empowerment first. Boom. Economic empowerment second. Your money doesn't change until you change your mind. I want y'all to write that down in the comment section. That means I'm about to eat a grape. Shift your mindset, shift your income. Let me say that again. You need to shift your mindset, then you can shift your income. So while you typing, great. Okay? People think we hop on the webinar and just talk money, 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 money. But I have to get you ready and prepared first for the mindset that it takes to make that money. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a slide up here and we're going to talk about first the 4 things that keep you from hitting your goals. See, most people don't make it in America because they aim at nothing and they hit it dead on the head every time. If you aim at nothing, I guarantee you, you're going to hit it every single time. So first thing I want to do is give you guys 2 financial goals that everybody in this country has to set for themselves. There are 2 goals financially that if you got any business sense about yourself, you have to set for yourself to make these goals a reality. All right, let me share my screen here. Boom. Lord, I just opened up MapQuest. Don't worry about that. All right, here we go. Now, the 2 goals are simple. Your current lifestyle is paid for by your labor, but your future lifestyle is paid for by your investments. So when it comes to money, there's 2 things you want to focus on. People say, Brian, I don't have any goals. Nobody ever taught me any goals. Let me give you 2. What you're doing right now, most people are doing well because you were taught just to take care of your current lifestyle by working. Here's the average game plan for most Americans. I'm just going to work and I'm going to save. Once you start that, I'm just going to work and I'm just going to save. I'm just going to work and I'm just going to save. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're just going to work and you're going to be broke. You're going to work and you're going to be broke. You can work. Now, Brian, I'm just going to work hard, man. My parents, I heard a long time ago, if I work, eventually it'll pop for me. You're going to work and you're going to be broke. I'm not saying there's not a valiant effort that you should put into working. What I'm saying is there's another topic or there's another section called investing, and you have to learn how to invest. Now, I'm not here to teach you what to invest into. I'm not going to tell you where to put your money. What I'm saying to you is your future lifestyle is determined by your investments. Here's a question for you guys. If you barely making it working every day, what in the world makes people think that the job gives you more money when you're not working? Sometimes at some point we got to like use our own mind. Common sense has to kick in. Okay, wait a minute. I'm working every day and I'm not happy. Oh, I know what happens. When I retire, my retirement really kicks in and they give me more money than I was making when I was working. No, your investments take care of your future. Your labor takes care of your present. The problem is right now for most people, their labor isn't taking care of their present or their future. So now everybody's miserable. That's capitalism. Capitalism demands that if they can find a way to get the money from you, they are excited and happy and building trust funds and building legacies, and you are miserable, day-to-day broke, struggling, not you literally, but most people day-to-day struggling, broke and miserable because most people haven't learned how to flip it yet. We show you guys tonight how to flip it. Here's the first thing you got to do. Number one, you have to understand that inflation is a big part of your finances and very few people factor it in. What is inflation, Brian? Well, inflation is the value of the dollar dropping every single day. Your dollar loses value daily. And it's because the cost of living in this country increases a little bit every day. You know, you don't believe me? Put $20 in your car today, and then put those of you that had cars 20 years ago, $20, you know where it got you back then. So in 1990 or in 2000, $20 used to fill up your tank. Now going into 2020, $20 won't even take your car to a quarter of a tank. It's the same president, it's the same color, it's the same paper. Why is it not going further? Well, because the cost of living has quadrupled from 20 years ago. But most of us are still making the same amount of money, which means you're making less money. See, the dollar right now is really worth 73 cents if you still making the same dollar you made 10 years ago. You see? So that's inflation. Let me give you guys a good example. Remember back in the day, you could get a Coca-Cola for 50 cents. 50 cents. 2 quarters, you're in there. You try to get a Coca-Cola for 50 cents right now, and it won't even give you the can, right? You won't even get a sip. We're talking about a can of Coke. So I want you guys to understand, back in the day when Coke was first created, 50 cents got you a case. Now 50 cents won't get you a can. It was 10 cents back in the day. That's inflation. So multiply the gas example and the Coca-Cola example by groceries, daycare, healthcare, the cost of living for your children to go to school, the clothes on your back, the food in the refrigerator. A movie used to be able to take $30 and take you, the missus, and the 2 kids. Now $30 is the popcorn. And it's this much salt, this much popcorn, this much ice, this much soda. That's inflation. Business owners increase the cost of living daily. So if all you have is a job, you will always be broke. I'm not knocking your job. I'm just having a truthful moment with you so you can understand a job is not going to cut it if that's all you have and you're trying to get wealthy. Now, if you're trying to get by, a W-2 will do it. But if you're trying to get wealthy, you got to learn how to build these strategies. Okay? Write this down in the comments. Why eat a grape? Strategize. You got to strategize. All right. Number 2, these are the 4 things keeping you from building wealth. 2 is taxes. See, let me tell you guys something. It's nothing silent about taxes. We call taxes the chainsaw massacre, right? Because they just reach in. Let me ask you guys a question. There's one tax that you can control, but you're not controlling it. Now, I'm going to explain this later, but I want you guys to understand. You already got property taxes. You got ad valorem taxes. You got sales taxes, right? You got state taxes. Why are most people giving away their federal taxes and overpaying income taxes? Do you know taxes take the first 1/3 of your money? People always budget. Let me get rid of my cell phone. Baby, if we just carpool, if we take the kids out of private school, if we change our gas company, if we stop using so much water, if we cut some of the lights off. See, that's called budgeting. That might save you a little bit every month. It will. But to get wealthy, you got to learn the tax game. And the tax game is this. If you have a W-2, they take 1/3 off the top. So you're living and struggling with 2/3 left. Problem 3 is debt. Write this down or type this in the comment section so I can go back and look and see who got this. Taxes cause debt. Taxes cause debt. So taxes, problem number 2, end up being the cause of problem number 3, your debt. See, guys, you have to understand when this country was set up, they said, okay, let's do it like this. If we give the worker the highest taxes, he'll have to go see the banker and pay back interest. You see? So let's give the worker, the W-2, the highest tax payment or tax code. Let's give the business owner the lowest tax code because business owners hire employees. So they can't give both of y'all a break. You're either a worker or you're an employee. I'm sorry, you're either an employee or worker or you're a business owner. Both of y'all can't get a break. So the government says, I tell you what, most of us are wealthy. Politicians, most of us have businesses. We're not going to sign bills that tax ourselves. Think about it, guys. We're not going to sign bills that tax us. So let's tax them. And then guess what? When we tax them, they got to come back and see us. So you steady getting kicked in the butt and then kicked in the chest. And then you're getting kicked in the butt and then you're getting kicked in the chest. And then you wonder why you look up, you're 65 and you gave away all your wealth in taxes and then debt, mortgage, car note, car notes with an S, not note, credit cards with an S, not credit card, student loans with an S, not student loan. There's always somebody willing to lend you some money for a small fee called interest, which looks small, but over time costs you millions. All right, great. So let's keep it going. Big business, problem number 4. These are the 4 problems that keep you from hitting your 2 goals. 4 challenges, 2 goals that you'll never hit if you don't use these strategies. I'm going to show you 3 ways to overcome these 4 problems, but you got to use your strategies to do it. Big business. Oh my goodness, it's that time of year yet again where big business reaches into your pocket and makes you feel guilty if you don't participate in this thing called capitalism. Let's look at every month of the year real quick, and I'm gonna give you the 3 solutions, and then we're out of here. November, Black Friday now precedes, Brown Thursday now precedes Black Friday. A lot of y'all ain't heard about Brown Thursday, right? That's now when Walmart opens, you can't even eat your turkey good before you got to go down there and fight for a flat screen TV. I'm sorry, not a flat screen anymore. They got curved TVs now. So that's big business. Now you got Black Friday because all companies go into black. They've been red all year. Now they black because they put the sales on and now one day puts the whole company into black. They bank on Black Friday. That's why it's called Black Friday. Now you got all the sales going on online on Cyber Monday. So November gets you Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Actually, they get you all weekend. Now that's because you're celebrating Thanksgiving, but they're prepping you for December, which is Christmas. December 31st, New Year's. January 31st, New Year's Eve. January 1st, New Year's. February, Valentine's. March, spring break. April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, 4th of July. You see? August, back to school. September, Labor Day. October, Halloween. November, Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So, oh, 'tis the season. We all gonna go out and spend all this money, even if we gotta charge it. We're gonna put all this pressure on us to make sure everybody, including our loved ones, get what they want. Because, oh my goodness, love has to just be expressed by going to Best Buy. You gotta express your love by going to get candy and chocolate. You gotta express your love by going trick-or-treating. You gotta express your love by charging things you can't afford. I'm being funny, but that's what people do. We try to, because most people are unhappy, we try to purchase things to make us happy. And because that's not the real, you're not getting down to the root of the problem, you'll always purchase your way to happiness, which means you'll always be broke. Now, I didn't want to go there, but that's where the spirit took me. So, great. Okay. I'm hungry. So because I told you we work on your mindset first and then work on your pocket second. You got to shift your mindset. You got to figure out why you're a consumer. It's because most people find happiness in materialistic, temporary things. And they'll never be able to invest because they just purchase their way and use Band-Aids for real problems. Then by the time you get a little check, now you so excited. Now you go spend that, and then you wonder why you never meet your second goal. Guys, I told you a long time ago to type. Something has to work, just not me. Now I'm about to get into these solutions. You may want to hit share right about now if you're on Facebook, because I'm about to give all your followers some solutions that trace right back to you, and you guys can get paid by showing people these solutions. This is real simple. So we're going to show you guys how sales is one thing, but everybody can't sell. But I'm going to show you guys how to strategize your way to wealth. All right. So in the chat and in comments, I want you to write down strategy over sales. Okay. Oh man, I might need to do that one. I got my blessings over problems. We're dropping a new affirmation series. This is called the Over series. And then we got the Greater Than series. And then we got the Bold series. This is called the Over series. So you guys always remember, man, count your blessings over your problems. Your blessings are much bigger than your problems. So just like strategy is much bigger than sales, but some people are gonna miss that. All right, here we go. So I told you guys who I was already. I went from ashy to classy. I went from 3 figures to 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures to 7 figures after being a broke college student coming out of Morehouse with a job. I can't give you guys the name of the company, but they call it the Bank of America. All right. So I was very, very miserable, living check to check. I earned 7 figures. I lost 7 figures in my 20s, got it all back in my 30s because now I understand strategy and not sales. Everybody can't sell, but there's not a person watching this video right now that can't put a strategy together and then strategize and compound your way to $1 million or whatever you consider freedom for you. So here's the solution. Write this down. Within 3 days, we're going to show you guys cash flow management. 3 days. Within 6 weeks, you got to start earning some business income. Remember, business owners get all the breaks. And within 9 months, you need to be investing. Again, I don't have a license. I don't tell you what to invest in. I can't give you guys investment advice. Not allowed to, don't want to. What we do is teach you 2 things. We teach you terminology and perspective. Write that down or type that in the comments. When it comes to investing, you got to learn 2 things from the beginning. You got to learn terminology so you won't get confused. And that's all they try to do is confuse you. And then you got to learn perspective. Once you learn terminology and perspective, investing is easy. A lot of people don't know that. It's like if I tell you, I scored 9 touchdowns last night. You're like, 9 touchdowns? See, because you got some perspective on football, it doesn't even sound right. What do you mean you scored 9 touchdowns? Mathematically, it don't make sense. It's like what you do. You can't get 9 points. Wait a minute, 6 and a field goal, maybe. See, it's because you got perspective. You see? So because you got perspective, you know it didn't sound right. Investing is the same way. Once you get perspective, you know when investments are good and which ones are bad. And now your future starts looking so bright that like you can't even imagine how you used to be because the new you and the old you are 2 different people. So within 3 days, we got to improve your cash flow. That's solution number 1. Within 6 weeks, we want to put some business income in your pocket so we can speed this process up. And then within 9 months, we want to show you guys how to start investing. Okay. Now you would think, oh, Brian, let me get off this webinar. Let me get off this Facebook. Let me get off of this period because he's going to hit us over the head and he's going to give us some crazy fee. Nope, it's not $800. It's not $700. It's not $2,000. $34.95. That's our keyword. I need a great. So type that in the comments so everybody can see. It's $34.95 a month, $1.17 a day. Great. Okay. This means I can only ask y'all 4 more questions because I only have 4 more grapes. All right, I'm in a good mood though. I'm gonna starve my way through this. So for $34.95. Now here's where my friends mess up. Oh, Brian, I can't afford another bill. Now you see why I don't hang around my friends no more? I'm like, dude, you were just with me. I just saw you buy the whole table. So you show out so much, you buy everybody rounds, but you don't have $34.95 for yourself. A bill or an expense is when you put something out and nothing comes back. An investment is when you put a small amount out and a large amount comes back. So our knowledge alone and you alone are worth more than $34.95 a month. And if you're not, then that's another talk we got to have on another webinar. All right. So what does the $34.95 cover? Write this down. The strategies, which is the education, the software to implement the strategies, the system, and the success. The membership is included. I'm going to show you everything in your membership. But in a nutshell, we teach you the strategies that it takes to be successful. We give you the software on your cell phone and on the internet via the website that teaches you that, now that we taught you, you got to implement the strategies. We give you the system, the reporting system, the commission checks, your website, your front and back office, and all of that leads to your success. Now let's get into this. Where does the membership actually have functionality? Okay, what's the functionality? I got the framework. Give me what's called the functionality. Well, how about something as small as this? You now have a cash flow manager because the government wants to see that you're a business owner, and the only way to do that is to keep excellent records. So I'll show you guys this in a second. That's included in the $34.95 as your mobile app. Well, what about the fact that you now have discounted legal insurance? So if you ever need to talk to an attorney, get something patent, file a lawsuit against somebody, get some legal advice, you get anywhere from 50 to 60%, 40 to 60% off from legal advice in different states all across the country. You're now part of a club included for your $34.95. What about tax preparation and audit assistance? One of the things that caused me to lose my first $1 million, I got audited in my 20s. And boy, they came after me because I didn't have no strategy. But guess what? The government did. So now you got tax and audit preparation and assistance. We show you guys how to do that, but how to keep your money and not give all of it away. What about identity theft? All this is included in the $34.95 now, plus the education and the software and everything I'm talking about. Identity theft right now is the #1 crime in the country. You guys saw what happened to Equifax? 150 million people got breached or something crazy like that. Now people stealing your fingerprints. They're telling you now, don't hold up the peace sign. Hold up the peace sign like this because people getting your fingerprints off your pictures. Isn't that crazy? You getting locked up because somebody took your fingerprint from peace because you didn't do peace. But that's serious. So your identity is being stolen now. So now we got identity theft protection and identity theft prevention, all in the $34.95. Okay, I got to move quickly here. So here's where we get the cash flow. This is off of the IRS website, irs.gov. In 2005, over 10 years ago, I want you to look at what they put on the website. So Brian Bean, I didn't make this up. The government said, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck. Let me stop right there. Again, I'm an English major from Morehouse, got my degree in 97. One thing they did teach us was prefixes, okay? Re means again. Anytime you read something, that's again. To redo, to recall, to recycle, to whatever means again. So refund means your funds again. So your tax refund is simply your money again. That's why they're telling you it came from your wallet or purse. Your CPA didn't do you a favor. The government didn't do you a favor. Your tax refund is your money coming back to you. So for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. The federal government, IRS.gov, not Brian Bean, stated that the average refund is $40 a week too much. That's how you got it. Now here's a question. Some of y'all is way more than that. We're gonna use this American average. If you had $160 a month, which is this $40 a week, and you have been investing $160 a month into an interest-bearing account, giving you 14%, 18%, 21%, since you were 18, 19 years old. In other words, however long you've been working, had you not gotten a refund and you had taken the 160 and compounded times the number of years you've been working, do you know a lot of y'all would be a millionaire today? Because see, you can't outwork interest. Woo, great, great, great. Type that, type that, type that. I can't outwork interest. Great. 2 grapes. That's 2 grapes. That's 2 grapes. Okay? You can't outwork interest. Oh, let me keep going. I'll be here all night. Watch this, paragraph 2. You might be using the extra withholdings as a forced savings, but Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds, except in special circumstances. I'm still trying to figure out when that is. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt might be a better option. So the federal government put on blast on their website in layman terms, look, you overpaying your taxes to us. So what you need to do, instead of letting us hold your money and get a tax refund, you might want to get that money up front and pay your debt off, because some guy, dark skin, bald head, about 5'8", 150, soaking wet, with a shirt that says blessings over problems, said taxes cause debt. So if taxes cause debt, why don't you let the government pay off your debt, because they put you in it in the first place? Get your money up front, let it work for you, because you can't outwork interest no way. Oh, I already did 1 grade, okay, on that. So here's what we do. We teach you how to create 5 income streams instead of 1. How many? 5 income streams instead of 1. So what happens is we take the tax savings and we snowball your tax savings into your debt. So we take $450, for example, in the savings from your taxes from what's called your W-4 adjustment or your good record keeping. We show you several different ways to lower your taxes. So let's say you take $450 and get that back from the government. Now we're going to use that, and instead of sending the car note for $100, your regular $400, we're going to send them $950. Your old $400 plus your new $450, right? $450. Now you're sending them $950. Car note gone in 14 months instead of 60. Now we take the new money, the new $950, and throw that on the mortgage with your current, let's say $1,200. Now we get them the $950 plus the $1,200 plus the new $950. We send them $2,150. Mortgage gone in 9 years instead of 30. Now we take the mortgage, the car note, and the taxes, and now you've got $3,000 to invest every month. And everybody on this webinar thinking they can't be a millionaire? It's not true. See, numbers don't lie. You can't outwork interest. But it started with the little $450 in tax savings. Then we got rid of those car notes. See, that's called income shifting. Guys, if you want to be wealthy in America, anybody can be wealthy. But the first thing you have to do is get your money back from the people that are stopping you from getting wealthy. It's not hard. You got to shift the money back. In other words, you've been making deposits into the U.S. Treasury. Taxes, 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 taxes. You've been making deposits into the bank. Interest, 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 interest. After this webinar tonight, you're going to go to both of them and say, you know what? I need my money back. That's called income shifting. Not tax evasion, tax minimization. Okay? I got a lot of broke, skeptical friends who always want to challenge me. I'm like, guys, it's not tax evasion. Tax evasion is when, you know, you made $50,000 and $500,000 and you didn't even report it. You told the government you made X, but you really made Y, and they need to see Z because you didn't even report. That's called tax evasion. Tax minimization is, look, I'm going to pay my taxes, but I'm not going to give y'all a dime more than I'm supposed to. Okay, so now we create 5 income streams instead of 1. The second thing you got to do before we go is you got to understand, now that you got some cash flow, you got to invest in your home-based business. But Brian, what's my home-based business? I don't have one. Well, you're looking at it. $34.95, we give you the webinars. We give you the conference calls. We give you the websites. We give you the live events, right? I got one coming up in 30 days here in Atlanta, Georgia. We give you the mobile app. We give you everything now, just like a tutor teaches your child how to play piano. Just like a person that learns a second language or knows 2 languages can teach you a second language, and you pay them to teach you sign language, Spanish, French, Italian. Hey, come help my kid. He's struggling in math. I need a tutor. I need to hire a tutor. You teach adults and even children financial empowerment. You teach income shifting. You now have a home-based business. I don't know why people overcomplicate this. So you have to understand, now you get to lower your taxes because you're in a new code called a 1099. See, here's what I want you guys to understand. This is important. America tries to confuse you, okay, with letters and numbers. That's all they do, is they try to confuse you. So W-2, 1099, W-4, Schedule C, Schedule A, right? 501c3, 401k. All that is just a bunch of tax codes and forms, right? You start getting into certain things, you'll start getting what's called a Form 433 and a 433D and, you know, your personal financial statement. All these just have letters and numbers. They try to confuse you. All you need to know is this. You need to add a 1099 to your portfolio, and we have one for $34. Now the government says, look, oh, 1099, that's different than a W-2. 1099 says, pay yourself first, pay your expenses for your business, and then get taxed on less. W-2 says, pay taxes first, then my bills, then I struggle on what's left. See, it's what code you signed up for. So I'm telling you guys, man, we got people all over the country that are getting checks every single week and every single month because we choose to share the business. That's called leverage. Leverage. Look, and see, here's where some of y'all get confused. And this is where some of you guys get lost, actually. Let me stop this real quick because I'm basically done. Here's where some of you guys get confused. Oh, people getting checks. Brian, I just saw you holding a check. I'm not flashing and boasting a check. I have had 5-figure weeks. My job wasn't paying me 5 figures in a month. I'm talking about 5-figure weeks. You start earning more money in a month than your job paying you all year, you'll love your little home-based business too. Great. So here's the reality. Why do people understand leverage when it comes to labor, but they don't understand leverage when it comes to wealth? You ever thought about that? In other words, if I had a room and I got 100 chairs, I would look silly with 100 men in the room willing to help me. And I'm going, I got it, I got it, I got it. In fact, y'all would kind of look at me like I'm crazy. Brian, it's 100 guys in here. They all said they would grab one. No. Let me grab that. Let me grab that. Y'all sit down. I got it. Brian, we'll all be out of here in 5 minutes if 100 men grab one chair apiece. See, when it comes to labor, we understand leverage. In fact, you look crazy trying to overdo it yourself. But when it comes to wealth, oh, no, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to earn every dime myself. I work hard for my money. So you were trained that when it comes to wealth, don't do leverage. I ain't about to be telling no people. I don't want no extra checks. That's one of them things. So you misunderstand it. You were taught that leverage is cool with labor, but you weren't taught to leverage your way to wealth. That's why most people are broke. That's just the harsh fact of the situation. Now, last great, type that in the comments. Leverage your way to wealth. Great. Leverage your way to wealth. Okay? So, with that being said, get with the person. Oh, wait. The 9 So the 3 is 3 days, cash flow positive. The 6, within 6 weeks, we're going to get you some bonus checks and residual income. We pay you every month residually as well. Every $34.95, you get anywhere from $3, $5, or $8 per person per month. And you won't even know half the people that have a membership. You won't even know half your memberships. You won't even know a tenth of your memberships. So I personally have been using leverage since I was 19 years old. And that's how I retired when I was 22. So from 20 years, I've been working right out of my house for 20 years because of leverage and creating wealth for yourself. Now, the 9 is investing. You guys, you got to learn, man. Within 9 months, you'll be talking about capital gains. You'll talk about dividends. You understand, a 529 and these different things that you can invest in for your children, for their college funds, for you, real assets instead of cash equivalents, pre-IPO instead of secondary market. All of it's just terminology. What's the difference between a mortgage bond and a treasury bill? To this day, why do you call your light bill a bill and you call your car note a note? You see what I'm saying? There's a reason for those things. It's because of how they're paid, right? So you'll understand terminology and perspective, and you can get just as wealthy as those that you see investing. If you can learn how many assists Kyrie had and the contract that Matthew Stafford signed, and you can count everybody else's money but yours, then you can learn investing. And that's where the wealth is created. All right. So I'm doing a live event, just so you guys know, man, some free training for you guys too. You can go to GameChangerATL.com. My final live event of the year is here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Crown Plaza Hotel. All of the details are on GameChangerATL.com. You also get like 5 trainings that come out of that. When you go to that website, you put in your email, you get some free training, but the details to the live event are there. If you're already registered, I'm doing a private training tonight at 10:30. Okay, 10:30 Eastern in the private Facebook group for those that are already registered for Game Changer in the private Facebook group. Okay, so I'll see you guys at 10:30 in the private group. Those of you that want to sign up and get your membership, give it the person that invited you to this webinar and just text them or inbox them or call them and say $34.95. That's our keyword. Every time we hear $34.95, we get your username, get your password, get your software. Takes 5 minutes. All right. $34.95 is a keyword. My name is Brian Bean. I see you guys in the magazines. Count your blessings, not your problems. Peace. No more grapes.